Hi and welcome to Everything Play. We're here at Productronica, the second day with Michael Ford from Mentor Graphics. How are you doing today, sir?
Very well, thank you. How are you?
I have to ask, if last year the industry as such looked kind of damped and was in a sluggish movement. Has it picked up, or how does it look for Mentor Graphics right now?
Very interesting, actually. There have been a couple of changes that we've been noticing, a couple of trends that have been evolving. I think the main thing that we've been seeing is the change in the way that customers buy, devices in electronics. I mean, in the past, you would go into your local store and buy something, and there would be a stock there. There'd be a lot of different warehouses then that would, supply those, devices for consumers. Today, you don't do that. You go straight to internet shopping, you go to Amazon or one of the other sites, and you simply select what you need. This is actually a revolution in itself because it is driving the demand for goods, which is, quite variable. It's driving that demand pattern to the factories. So in the past, systems like ERP, they were designed very well to cope with long-range sales forecasts, and manufacturers could control supply and demand using pricing and advertising. But today, the significant problem for factories is this short-term change in demand. There's no protection anymore from the distribution chain, and this is the real challenge to manufacturing. So from our perspective, we're seeing quite an advanced surge, if you like, in people looking for solutions to how to take away the physical barriers that they see on the shop floor, to be able to change production to meet what their customers are now demanding. And so this is the really big change for us. I mean, of course, people like automotive, they're seeing a huge increase in electronics anyway, so I think in general the market in electronics is not doing too badly. We see the rise of fashionable goods like mobile phones and all of these pads, and everybody wants to have something different and something nice. It's a high priority for most people spending. So electronics has been very, very good. I mean, you also include things like energy, where people are using electronics now to save energy, and there's a huge amount of new electronic products. So generally, I think the industry is in a good condition. What is the challenge is how do we respond to these short-term changes? How can the factory build to value instead of building to stock?
Is it safe to assume that this is a hot topic at the Mentor Graphic booth?
It's a hot topic at the entire show, actually. We found the presentation yesterday about Industry 4.0. This is exactly addressing the same thing as we've been doing. They're saying that we need to put, I think there was an example of making muesli, where you put a chip and you code it with your favorite kind of ingredients, and it goes down a production line and it fills up exactly how many currants you want and oats and things like that. And that's a simplified example of being able to make exactly the products you want at exactly the time you need it. Now, if you think about electronics, can we do the same thing? No, not really, because electronics is quite a complex process. You have machines with potentially thousands of different materials on there. There needs to be some kind of optimization. And so what we need to do is to achieve a kind of efficiency and agility, being able to make what the customer wants at the time they need it. And that sounds exactly the same as what we've been striving to do with our tools as well. So it's a great synergy to see Industry 4.0 coming up. And what we want to do is to make it successful in electronics. But it's not going to be simple. I mean, ERP and their supply chains, they have challenges in electronics. And I believe Industry 4.0 will have the same challenges. We are here to solve those problems, to make that kind of link between the shop floor and the supply chain and Industry 4.0.
So one last question. What is getting the most attention at Mentor Graphics booth?
We've recently announced 2 new products. And these products are part of the supply chain. So for us, this is a first, and actually it's an industry first that we're bringing a solution for electronics manufacturing to the supply chain. What we can do is take complete responsibility for materials. Now the problem was, as the orders to the factory change, how is ERP supposed to make the decision about what product could I make? Because ERP doesn't see all of the available physical materials. There's quite a discrepancy, actually. And so the decision might be, okay, I can change to this product or that product, but do I have the materials to finish it? And quite often the answer is, I don't know. Because once materials are out on the shop floor, it's difficult to keep track. Even the completion of products, it's difficult to measure what has been completed and what has not been completed. So ERP really has a challenge in electronics to be able to make the decisions. First of all, can I change my plan? And secondly, what materials do I need to reorder to compensate for spoilage? So to solve this problem and to bring the agility that the customers need now, we've made this missing link, combining actually making a bridge between the production itself, measuring all of the data as things have been used, and feeding that back to the ERP system. So the two specific solutions, we have the warehouse management, so we can take complete responsibility for any material in the factory. You want to know how many you have of a part number, you just press a button, there it is. If you want to know if you can complete a work order, you press a button, yes you can, or no you can't. But it's accurate, it's based on actual physical materials. Then we have the Valor Information Highway. This is bringing the information about completions through from the shop floor into ERP. So now ERP wants to make the decision, it has 100% accurate information. ERP does an excellent job when it's based on correct information. So the 20 million euros people invest in ERP, now it begins to work. Now you begin to see the ROI because you're running it based on reality. So these are the two new tools for supply chain that we've introduced. And the people that we've talked to, they think, why haven't you done this before? Why have we been living without this software? So we hope this is a good step forward. It certainly solves problems for our customers. And I think it links in with Industry 4.0 as well, because we're removing that physical barrier for change, enabling electronics to become as agile as the industry needs to be.
I wish you good luck with your new product, and I hope to see you again.
Okay, thank you very much. It's nice to see you. Thank you.